So things have not gone well. I had bought the Lego display stand, which some of you may have seen some of my pictures of. I was really happy with it. I looked at that and went, do you know what? That's going to be perfect for hosting my best painted Infinity miniatures. I'm going to take them out of the display case where they are intermingled with models that have not been painted, which is what you're seeing here. This is a state before we even talk about the chaos of the damage. So that was there up until about an hour ago. I'm going to show you this actually, because I've only just noticed it. That has borne the brunt of the impact. So thank you, ISS, for doing what you can to save my minis. But I don't think it's going to have been enough. Let's see where things are. Coming along the floor, the first casualty we have here, 012. Davabot for the Raptor. This is actually looking to be in pretty good condition. Let's pop you out of the way. However, the first Siocast mini we come across is not fared so well. Wrecker arm, Wrecker legs, Wrecker torso, and other arm. So I think that's a three-way split. It's a good thing about Siocast. It does break fairly easily in all the ways you kind of want it to. Raptor, 12. Actually looks like you're fairly well received. This guy, Praetor, no varnish, but you're actually looking in fairly good nick. So currently, Wrecker, going along, standing up. You're a Psychop Packer, I think, and you look to be in good nick. Not terrible at the moment. Oh, we got another casualty over here. Who do we have? Omega. Okay. I'm going to say the metal minis holding up fairly well. From, what was that? It's probably a 5-foot tumble. Oh, what have we got under here? We've got some bodies under. Let's retrieve the first one. Gangbuster. You're looking okay. Who's next? Get you out from underneath there. Oh, we've got the Gaki. You're in surprisingly good nick too. Uh-oh. We have the flat Yudbot. He's doing a limbo. We'll limbo you on over into the repair ward. Oh, we've got some parts. Oh, that's actually from the Wrecker. So that is part number 4 from the Wrecker. Then deceptively, we have, I think this is maybe a Mentor. He's missing an arm, but that is misleading because that was damaged some pre-collapse. Nox Trooper. How are you looking? You're in good nick too. Wow. Okay, do we have anyone else trapped underneath? Oh, I can see body. Cuervo Goldstein, no. Cuervo Goldstein's missing a leg. A leg and a base. All right, you're going to have to go with Yudbot into the infirmary. Okay, taking a look at this end. What have we got? Got a couple of bodies lying on there. Oh, we've got... Oh, don't make it worse. We've got some bodies trapped in there. Let's see if I can... I'm going to need 2 hands to extract, I think. Okay, so one of the ones that was just lying on the ground. Got the Suriat. Oh, we've got a bit of a bent axe thing. But otherwise, Suriat is looking good. The next model we had down the back. Got a Morat Vanguard. Got some like light stuff on the knee, but otherwise you're in good nick. Then we had another Morat Vanguard. Joe, I'm not at all surprised that the Morats have survived this. They are, so far, they are a hardy bunch. Okay, having just said good things about the Morats, let's see who do we have here? Oh, we've got military orders. Crozier. You have survived. I can see a model that hasn't survived, though. Not this one. I think this has got Caliban. Fasty Caliban. Doing all right. Let's go to the one that I can see hasn't survived in his entirety. And I didn't think you would do, because Cornac, to be fair to the collapse, I was always having a bit of a struggle with Cornac's tuning fork, even before he fell 5 feet. So, yeah. Expected casualty, I feel. Found Cornac's base. I don't know how to do this without making the situation worse, so I'm just going to do it. Oh, we've got a panel coming off. Is anything resting on that panel? No. We've got some things resting on that panel. Oh my word. We've got a smush. Can't do that without the reflection. Just smushed models that have been kind of protected by just being smushed against the glass. Right. And then a couple that are just hanging on for dear life. Okay, so I've just rested it against my wife's sewing machine, which, despite being an unpleasant backdrop for most of this video, is actually proving super handy right now. Got a crozier there. I just wanted to show you just how precarious some of this is. We've got, this is actually this is entirely upside down. So the Morats, which had been at the bottom, are now at the top and getting very friendly with each other. Got the Tick Belang, which has done a 360 flip. It's supporting a Black Friar. And that's the Father Knight, I think. We've got the Knight of the Holy Sepulchre chilling out back there. Santiago Knight, I think. And we've got Jacket, blue coat, holding up Sonia, I think that one is. And they've fallen into all of the combined army lot. Ashaz Vasti, got HVT in with some of the Torchlight 012. I think I'm just going to have to take this slowly and see who has survived and what level of damage we have. Okay, got Crozier. He looks to be in fairly good nick. But I did notice that there was a fallen model down here. How on earth did the Specular Killer, with that big pointy sword, not lose something? Okay, I'm going to reach in carefully. Because I'm also conscious that some of these things are going to be supporting other things. Knight Santiago, you're looking great. Oh, there's a base. A rogue base is never a good sign. Judging by the type of base, that is a Morat of some sort. So let's see. Oh, that's precarious. That actually wobbled quite a lot. The thing is, I'm half tempted to lay it flat, but then that will cause things that are currently quite happy to move. I kind of want to extract as much as I can before I do any movement. Okay, so we've got the dismounted motorized Knight Montesa, which I don't think can dismount anymore. So, I just saw a wobble further down. This is like the worst ever board game I've ever played. Ooh, yep, we're looking at, yep, you are looking good actually. Okay. Now, you are just floating around. Sheskin. You are looking fine. Again, another one with a thin sword that surprisingly did quite well. We've got another loose unit here. I think the only loose unit is me and my hanging skills. What are you? Oh, we got Team Sirius. You're looking okay. Which precarious little bumpkin do we aim for next? Let's go. No, I can't reach. We're going to get to the point where my fat little fingers also can't sneak in. Again, surprisingly, survived quite well, despite having a big sword. There are so many I want to reach before I do any. That's silly of me. That's barely holding on. All right, so this has come away. So it's only being held in at that far point there. The whole bottom side of it is fully in. We're not far off. And you know what? The thing is, the models I really want to see are way back here. That's the brand new Shinden Butai set that I've only just finished painting. And to be fair, I also want to see right in here are the Teutonic Knights that I spent forever painting. So in here are the ones I care kind of the most about because of the paint finish that I had on them. And I put them at the bottom left because I thought they would be the safest in a fall, but I didn't anticipate a full flip. Got another Morat Vanguard here, who is also... There's a cut, actually. Do you know what? Might be able to see that there's a bit of shine there near the collar. So that's a little bit of slight chipping there, but I will take that. I really want to get this tick belang out, but I also can see that he's supporting a shoot. And then exactly what... So by reaching in there, I also saw this lot move, but I've actually freed tick belang now. And now this one is, again, fairly sentimental. I did enter him into a painting contest, didn't win, but it was one of the first minis that, and actually he's had subsequent damage. You can see on his shoulder pad there, that's primer. That's actually from me dropping him because I do use it. But I do love this mini. And it was actually gifted to me by a member of the New Zealand community. And so I put a huge ton of effort into painting him. Next most precarious mini, let's go in for a bit of a rescue up. Here we go. You were hanging upside down. All right, Nox Trooper, you're looking pretty good. Do you know what, there's a lot to be... I don't want to become the poster child for I told you so's, but I do feel like there's a lot to be said for metal minis. Mentor, I think. Also in very good condition still. What's the next least scary pull? We are getting very much into the area where I expect there to be a lot of damage because these things have fallen the furthest. Let's see if there's an angle I can get. We're about to get to the bit that I'm dreading. So all I've done is moved my wife's sewing machine out of the way so that I can lower this gently. There we go. And the reason why I've done that is because I need to stop moving. So I need to get that off in order to access everything and assess the rest of the damage. I think that before I start opening stuff, I'm just going to see if I can get anything else out. Go way low. Again, surprisingly good. Like if they weren't straight before, which they weren't, I think that's an improvement. So let's put you over there in the survivors pile. Now this Nox is hanging quite precariously. I don't think I can get the angle I need. Nox also looking rather good. Get this gamma out. I mean, this chonky boy was never going to be damaged anyway. I think it was actually the gamma that put that hole in that ISS box. I should probably turn those lights off just to try and... All right, that's a little bit better for you guys. You might be able to actually see anything. All right, Knight Commander. Again, a model that I have a bit of a sentimental attachment to. It's like probably the first military orders model I actually painted. Nice. You've weathered the storm well enough. We're still not quite at the models that I'm really nervous about. I really need to fix this Morat mosh pit. Because, we found where that base had come from. Anyat. Okay. Apart from being separated from a base, not too bad. You can go on the to be repaired pile. Okay, let's get... This looks like it could be the... I think it's the Dartok. No, it's not. This is the other hacker that I can't remember what I use. Proxy as a Dartok so much. Again, like we've got some like minor... You might be able to see some shining on the tip of that gun barrel. But that's it, which I'm very happy about because I actually only just got this guy painted for a tournament that I went to a couple of months ago. Was it even a couple of months ago? Maybe even last month. You know, you just have one of those years where, oh, the magnets are causing a problem. I don't want to just drag everything. Yeah, you're all going to have to wait now. Same issue there. I think I'm pretty much at the limit. I think this one, the Kappa, is the only one that is at significant risk, but I'm just going to lift We've had some more shuffling. Oh, there we go. Lift and pop off the Perspex sheet. So now we're free to assess everything. I'm kind of scared of most of what's left. Let's look at this. A Black Friar. You've got a sword that is not bent. That is a win. We've got a Team Sirius. That is in great condition. That is excellent. Kappa, that's holding on for dear life. You are in great nick. I think at this point, I'm going to say that. Blue coat, amazing. Beta Trooper and Yudbot magnetized together. I wonder how much the magnets helped save each other. You're both fine. HVT, Space Pilot Dude. Again, great shape. There's a lot of models to inspect here. Looking, some light chipping off the underside of that rock, which I will absolutely take. We've got a bent sword from the Caliban. You can go in the repair section, even though that's going to be a relatively quick fix. You, Cadmus, I think. You look great. Oh, who's this guy? Cannot remember what this one is. It'll come to me later at 1 o'clock in the morning. Silver Star Rover. Got the same deal here. There's actually kind of just on his cuff thing, you might just be able to see some shining. And then on his heel here. So he's, he's in good nick, but he's going to need some, and the top of his gun. He's going to need some touch-ups, so I'm going to put that in the repair pile. Then we've got, yeah, you're looking great. The sword ever so slightly bent, but I'm going to take that as could be a lot worse. I'm expecting some damage on something. The Raven Eye's looking good as well. That's surprising because I would have thought being in amongst all of those that you would have gotten a hit, and there's a lot of metal flying around in there. Sonia Lacroix, I think, also great nick. No obvious shiny of exposed undermetal. Let's get some smaller ones out there. Oh, okay. That's a line of fire arc from something biggish. Will have to be extracted another time. Don't know what that would have come off. We've got engineer. You're fine. Where's Cuervo's legs gone? We haven't found Cuervo's leg yet. Then we've got the Delta paramedic. You're looking good. Delta normal drop troopy guy. Also looking incredibly good. I'm going to say it now because I was a bit worried beforehand, even though I haven't yet gotten to my favorite models that I'm really concerned about. Actually, if this is all of the damage, if I've basically got a Wrecker that's in 4 pieces, a Yudbot that's been flattened, and Cornac gun, then I'm not actually going to be too mad. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we've got a Razor. You're looking great. And then we've got the missing piece. We've got Cuervo's leg and base. What else we got in this O12 pile up? We've got a Crusher that is not crushed. We've got Kappa that is looking rather dapper. We've got an Engineer. That will need no engineering. A Team Sirius leader. Why so serious? We actually have Octavia Grimstadter, who is not even part of O12. Well, she's not really part of O12. She can be, which is why she's in here. But she is not very grim. Very standing. A less serious team leader. Lynx. Looking very good. Perfect. Kappa. It just looks bad because of the paint job I gave her, but that's, my fault. Somehow, Epsilon has maintained a straight sniper rifle. Can't even do that when I'm playing a game. A Yudbot that is not a flatbot. I can separate this mosh pit slightly easier. Yaugat, sniper. Dies in every game fairly quickly, just because I leave it as a hard ARO piece, but actually looks pretty good. something that's just taking a tumble. These three I'm very concerned about. This was the HVT, I think. I use it as a OSNAT because it looks like it should be trying to wrestle some hungries and gakkies. We've got Moro at Vanguard. You are looking fine. Right. Kaitok. With all of these arms sticking out everywhere, I either thought it would take off the head of something near it or have just lost it. But no, we have a great looking Kaitok. I'm actually really happy about that one. And then HVT. Okay. Yeah, we got some scuffs on the robe. You might just be some shining. That's a little finger. So I'm going to put that in to repair, but I'm so happy if that's all. And then we've got Knight of the Holy Sepulchre. We've got a slightly bent sword, and a little bit of chipping on the tip of the gun barrel. So I'm going to put that into repair, but wow, that is impressive. Now I've got 6 models that I'm really worried about. We're going to start with the Teutonics. That is good. Oh, it's a relief. And then we've got Guy. So you might wonder why do I feel like these are special? This was one of my first attempts at OSL. You might just be able to see the glow from the swords on the inside there. And some of these paint jobs just took me an inordinately long time that the idea of trying to do them again is actually just so depressing. So again, light bit of OSL on the inside there, but we've gotten away with it, I think, with this. I think there's actually like a small bit on the robe. You might not be able to see it, and a little bit on that boot. A little bit. Now these three, the last 3, are my most recent paint jobs, and I'm nervous about these for 2 reasons. One, I have put so much time into all 3 of these. They're like the best paint jobs I've done. And also there's swords involved. Some very long, very spindly swords. So I'm actually going to go for the one that I painted most recently and was very worried about because I love this dude. Just for, like, not a special unit. And often it's the case for me. I put an insane amount of effort into units that aren't even important on the table. But this one, there's a little bit on top of the sword, but otherwise he's actually weathered the storm. So these 2 aren't even separating. Try a different approach. Here we go. We've got a relatively straight sword. We don't seem to have any major. I also am worried about these 3 because I hadn't had a chance to varnish them yet. Okay, that one's actually done well. Last one. Okay, well we've already got a bit of shining there on the scabbard, but we've got straight swords, and we've got a relatively straight sword. Yeah, that slightly off, but actually done. So, after all of that, I have not that many casualties. We have a Cuervo Goldstein that is in 2 parts, but we found the base, so that's okay. We have a wrecker that has been wrecked. That is in 1, 2, 3, 4 different pieces. We then have a Cornac, whose sword has seen slightly better days, but otherwise is actually in not bad condition. And we have a Limbo Ubot. In the grand scheme of things, bearing in mind, like from there to yes, I actually think, and I'm going to give it its due here, the thing that actually came off the worst was the ISS box. Like that has just taken an absolute beating. I'm a little bit glad it was there. Like, not because it's ISS. I'm actually been really tempted to make this my new faction. And actually, because of what it's just done in terms of saving my whole army, I'm more likely to use it as my next faction. But I'm glad it was there so that it could break the fall of it dropping the 5 feet or so that it's fallen from my wall down, all the way down onto the box. And in fact, that added like a little bit. I am not happy about these things, which I'd intentionally used to not damage the wall. And in the process of not damaging the wall, I've almost written off my entire collection of painted minis, and some of them I have spent hours on. So moral of the story, no matter how nice your wall is, your minis are probably nicer. Get some holes in that thing to make sure that those minis are not going anywhere. Could have been a lot worse. I'm feeling very grateful. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. I'll be back soon with another video.